I did Dr. Joe Dispenza's meditations every single morning for 2 years. And then I would check my bank account like checking crypto prices like 6 times before lunch. But I kept more broke, more anxious, more desperate because I was doing my meditations completely wrong. I made 5 massive mistakes. And if you've been meditating too, but not seeing results, you are probably making the same mistakes too. So let me show you exactly what I was doing wrong. And more importantly, how to do it right. So you can overcome these mistakes and not throw away 2 years of your life. So the first mistake I made was obsessing over doing it perfectly right. Wait, am I breathing right? Should it be deeper? Is my spine straight enough? What was the thing that Joey said about the pineal gland again? And maybe you recognize this pattern, that you are constantly analyzing whether you are doing it right or not. And therefore you are completely in your head instead of your heart. So think about it. Dr. Joe talks about moving from thinking to feeling, from analyzing to experiencing. So here's what changed everything for me, and what's actually really important. I stopped trying to be perfect and started treating meditation like an experiment. There's no right or there's no wrong, there's no failure, there's nothing that you have to achieve. There's only one experiment in this moment. Some days my meditation feels magical, but other days my mind constantly wanders. And you know what? Both are totally fine. The second mistake was what I now call the anti-Super Mario effect.
The Super Mario effect is basically like, no one ever plays Super Mario Brothers or some video game for the first time, falls into a pit, and is like, oh my gosh, I fell into a pit, I failed, how embarrassing, I never want to play this game again. You're like, no, okay, crap, there's a pit right there. Okay, next time I'm going to come a little bit faster, I'm going to jump a little earlier. You immediately learn from the failure, and you're like stoked to try again. And so that's very much my philosophy. If you can gamify your challenges and think of them like a video game, you can learn so much more, you can have more success, and have fun while doing it.
I want to manifest more money, I want to feel less anxious, I want to attract my ideal relationship. But then, when I didn't see immediate results after the meditation, it felt like I had failed, that I was doing something wrong. Because, let's be honest, we live in a society where instant gratification is really normal. So after every meditation, I would then immediately check in my body if I felt any change. Is something different? Did any change happens? Where are my results? So at that moment, I was trying to force the outcomes instead of allowing the process to be there. The funny thing is that in the study, they found out that when people saw failure as just part of the game, not as actually failure, they were 68% more likely to succeed. But I was doing the opposite. When I look back, I was treating manifestation more like a microwave. I put my food in for 5 minutes and expect instant results. And even getting frustrated when nothing popped out hot and ready. This is the part where you have to rewire your brains. This is the most important part, because there will be absolutely days that you will doubt yourself and doubt the whole meditation thing. The only thing you have to do at that moment is to stay in. So what I did and changed, instead of seeing meditation as did it work or not, I saw it more like leveling up in a video game. Level 1, you can focus for 5 seconds before your mind begins to wander. And level 5 is you can focus for more than 30 seconds. And then if you get up to level 20, you can drop into a deep meditative state in under a minute. And you will see it will change everything when you see it like that. The third mistake I was making was being completely inconsistent because I couldn't see short-term progress. So you can think about it like building a house. You don't lay the foundation on Monday and expect half of the house to be built on Tuesday, right? But that's exactly how I was approaching meditation. I meditate for a week, see no results, and then stop for a month, and then I try it again for a few days, and then I was discouraged again and quit for another month, and I was basically laying one brick, walking away, coming back, and then for weeks nothing was happening, coming back to lay another brick, and then I was wondering why I didn't have a big mansion already, right? But then something shifted when I stopped focusing on, did I manifest money today? And then I started to more gamifying the process. I started to ask different questions. How long can I stay focused? It was mistake number 4, meditating in survival mode. And it was the end of the month in, I think, 2018 or something. And I'm staring at my bank account and I didn't have enough money to cover my costs. So my heart really starts pounding and my chest get tight and it felt like someone was choking me. And in that moment, I would sit down and start meditating, hoping for that mysterious 10K to just appear. And I'm sitting there trying to visualize money while my body is really in panic mode. I'm abundant, I'm grateful. But deep down, I felt like I was lying to myself, like pretending that I was really grateful while I was drowning in the water. And back then, I thought meditation would fix this. But here's what I was actually doing. I was meditating to get money because I was desperate. And that's not meditation. That's backing with your eyes closed. And then Dr. Joe's teachings finally clicked for me. Because you cannot create from survival mode. So then I changed something. Before I start meditating in survival mode, what I first did was a couple of minutes of box breathing. Box breathing is like this. You breathe in for 4 seconds, you hold for 4 seconds, then you breathe out for 4 seconds, you hold for 4 seconds, and then you breathe in again. And when you use this box breathing, when your heart and mind are racing at the moment, at that moment your heart rate will slow down and the panic quiets. And then my body relaxes. Oh, okay, we are safe. And then you're zooming out and you're seeing the big picture again. And after doing this, then I start my meditation. But here's the shift. I don't meditate to get money or anything anymore. I meditate from a state of gratitude for what I already have. And I can really feel that gratitude now literally feeling in my bones. Not, please universe, give me money, but thank you, really thank you for this roof over my head. Thank you so much for my healthy family, for my girlfriend, for my lovely dogs. Thank you for what I already have here in my life. And that energy, that's what creates more in your life. Not the desperate chasing, but the grateful being. So you don't meditate to get abundance. You meditate from abundance. And then everything will follow. And this one thing made a massive difference in my results. And then out of nowhere, the money just literally followed and flowed in a way I would never expect it to come in. But even with all these improvements, I was still making one final mistake. And the 5th and final mistake is my overall state of mind didn't change outside of my meditation. And this is really important. And a lot of people miss this as well, because listen how ridiculous this was. I would meditate for 30 minutes. Create this beautiful state of gratitude and abundance and peace that I can feel in my body. And then I would get into my car and then spend the next 15 hours reacting to every little thing that triggered me. And it doesn't work like that. And I should have known this. And this is why Dr. Joe Dispenza recommends meditating for at least 3 times a day. So you have to change your identity. Not just in meditation, but in every moment of your day. So the next time when you check your bank account, what thoughts run through your mind? And when you face a challenge, do you react from survival mode or do you respond from creation? Do you zoom out and get out of survival mode? And this one is important because you don't get what you want, you get who you are. And this took me a long time to realize. The universe doesn't respond to what you are trying to manifest during meditation. The universe responds to your state of being throughout your entire day. We believe the thoughts we keep thinking over and over again. So ask yourself right now, Are you thinking thoughts about struggle, lack, or limitation? Or are you really being the person who already has what you want? Because meditation isn't about trying to get something. Meditation is about becoming someone new. And when you become that new person, and that's not just in meditation, but in every moment of your day, that's when your external reality has no choice but to recognize itself to match your new internal state. And that's the moment where everything starts changing. So hopefully this video helped you with giving you new insights on meditation to see where you might be making the same mistakes as I did. Then please do the next two things. First, hit that subscribe button because I share these kinds of insights every week about manifestation, about energy, and about creating a life you actually want. And secondly, leave a comment and tell me which one of these 5 mistakes resonated with you the most. And which one were you making without realizing it? Look, the only way you actually fail at meditation is the day you stop practicing. Keep experimenting every day. Stay in the game. Now, here's a common struggle. You sit down to meditate and you are like, okay, I'm supposed to visualize my abundant life. So maybe your vision is fuzzy a little bit. You are making it up as you go. And you are not crystal clear on the end picture you're trying to meditate on. And that's why I created a mind movie. And that's a tool that helps you get clear on your vision before you get into meditation. The mind movie helps you to lock in that destination, the exact images, the feelings, and the identity of the person you are becoming. So when you sit down to meditate, you know exactly what elevated state you are creating. So if you want to try it, the link is down in the description below. If not, everything I just taught you works on its own. So keep practicing, keep staying in the game, and just go for it. So stop trying to manifest and start being the person who already became it. So keep up the good work, love you all, and see you in the next video.